bum 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 bum. Hello, I'm back. Okay, I just shoved a donut like into my throat so fast. It was not ladylike or attractive, so I decided to do that off camera. I'm excited though. Let's play Cat President. I love Cat President. I've done 4. I don't remember which ones I've done. I got all the endings for Kale. I haven't done Thunderpaw yet. I got all the endings for Rover. I haven't done Frisky yet. I want to do Frisky this time. I've done Nom Noms, and I only got the normal ending for DJ Nibbles, so I feel like at some point I need to go back to DJ Nibbles and get the good ending. Okay. Do I go for Stripes or... Oh, Pool. Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna do Frisky. Alright, guys. I never dreamed I'd get involved in politics. He's definitely the Oh. Let's get Frisky. I mean, I'm just a plain Jane, a nobody. I've never even voted before. But somehow I found myself swarmed by presidential candidates, and they all want me to be their campaign manager. Which one should I choose? They're all such good options, I can't pick which one. Oh, but I should back up first and explain how I got into this situation. It all started last week when I heard someone calling my name at the park. What's my name again? Alright, guys, who should I be? I've been Tori, Victoria, V, Tori. I already said Tori, I think. What do you want me to go as? Topi? No, I don't want to be Topi. I don't want to be Topi. I don't want to be Topi, because this is a dating simulator. Topi. No. Sorry. I'm just gonna do Victoria again. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint. Bum, 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 bum! Victoria! Victoria! That's my best friend, Lizzie. What is it, Lizzie? Did you hear they're having a big debate tonight? I got us tickets. This music's kind of loud. I'm going to cut it down a bit. Don't you know the presidential debate? Oh, is President Daisy Doodle coming to town? That's so cool. I like her. What's she going to debate? No, actually, the debate is for the presidential candidates who are running to replace Daisy Doodle when she leaves office next year. All 6 of them are in town, and they're going to debate important issues like foreign policy and catnip. Park in Oberlin, Ohio, where you lived for 9 months. Very nice. Yeah, definitely. I have no sense of adventure or humor. Plus, they're all adorable. I want to hug and pet each one of them. Oh, right. I probably should have said something about this earlier. 20 years ago, the government got so corrupt, the Supreme Court decided to ban all humans from politics. Now the only politicians we have are cats. I know it sounds crazy, but the government's a lot more effective this way. I don't know. I think I'll stay at home. No way. You have to come. If you don't, I'll never forgive you. In this game, you'll occasionally be asked to choose Victoria's responses. Choose carefully. The options you pick affect which ending you get. The better options you choose, the better the ending. I want the good ending, even though this is not exactly what I don't really love cats. Sorry. The world of Cat President. I love cats. I can't wait to see them. Me neither. This will be so much fun. We got there about an hour early. Since nothing was going to happen for a while, I decided to explore a bit. Maybe see if I could find a bathroom. It wasn't long before I got lost. Ugh, this place is like a maze. How are you supposed to figure out where to go? They need signs or something. After wandering around for a few minutes, I found a fancy-looking door. I'm not a fan of cats. I feel like cats are like angsty teenagers in animal form. I prefer dogs. There are a few cats in my life that I've met that I like, but I'm sorry to say I'm not typically a cat fan. I wouldn't be lies about her love of cats for political gain. Drink my tea. Okay. Found a fancy-looking door. I stepped inside, but no one was there. Empty. I guess I'll try another room. I beg your pardon? Ah, it's a cat. Did you lose your owner, little guy? I've never been so insulted in my life. You think I'm a common street cat? How dare you talk to me like that? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know you were a talking cat. Someone has to. Yeah, I'm glad you agree, Tom. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. I should have security throw you out immediately. Oh, don't be so mean. A cute girl comes wandering in and you try to have her kicked out? That's not what I would do. Yeah, I like her style. My style? Yeah, well, yeah, you snuck all the way backstage to meet with us? That's pretty brave of you. You have guts. I like you. Wait, if I'm backstage, that means... That's your friend Michael's cat, Curtis. With the orange turned way up. Okay. Michael... Gray? Or another Michael? And Frisky is your friend Peter's cat, Malcolm Reynolds. Aw, Malcolm. You three are the presidential candidates. Bingo, I'm Frisky, and may I say it's a pleasure to meet a beautiful woman like yourself. DJ Nibbles is an amalgam of a few different cats, kind of a Franken cat. Okay. The cat on the left gave a saucy wink as he said this. I didn't know what to make of it. I'm DJ Nibbles. I'm the young cute candidate. More like the empty-headed kitten who keeps rushing into danger. I can't help it if sometimes I get into trouble. I'm naturally curious. Naturally stupid, you mean? And that grumpy orange puss between us is Thunderpaw. He always seems to be upset over something. Not true. I'll be happy when you losers drop out of the race. I'm not going to drop out. I'm in it to win it. So, darling, you didn't tell us your name. Hello, Rob. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. My name is Victoria. Well, Victoria, why don't you come with me for a little while? I guarantee you'll enjoy it. You want to be alone with me? So I can lead you back to the audience area, of course. Hey, Frisky, don't keep our guest all to yourself. Let me help her guide her back to her seat. Yeah, it's good to see you, too. Glad you're safe. Hope your traveling's doing well. Or going well, not doing well. Going well. Have you two forgotten that the debate starts in 45 minutes? We don't have time to be escorting random humans all over the place. I'll call security, and they'll have you removed from the premises. Hello, do you need me? That's probably a good idea. I did saline gel this morning. My dad just came to my room to tell me that since it's been so dry and we've had the heat running because it's been so unnaturally cold for us, that I could start hemorrhaging again out of my face, and I should probably use some saline, which is good advice. Okay. No, that's okay. I think I can find the way myself. Are you sure? I wouldn't mind helping you. I'm sure. You all focus on debate stuff. Bye. Goodbye, Victoria. Nice meeting you. I got out of the room as quickly as I could. I couldn't believe it. I accidentally interrupted 3 of the presidential candidates. What kind of goofball does a thing like that? I decided to get back to my seat as quickly as possible, but I ended up running into more cats. Uh-oh. Hey, humans aren't allowed back here. I'm so sorry. I got lost and I don't know how to get back to my seat. I understand. These hallways can be pretty confusing sometimes. Yeah, the first time I was here, I was chasing my tail for hours. So you're not mad at me for being in the off-limits area? No, we're not mad. These sorts of things happen. The door you're looking for is the 3rd one on the right. Oh, thank you so much. My name's Victoria, by the way. Who are you? The cat on the left nodded his head as he answered. I'm Elvis Tiberius Kale III, but you can call me Kale. Nice to meet you, Kale. Are you also running for president? I certainly am, although most people say I should drop out because I'm last in the polls. Cheer up, Kale. At least you made it all the way to the debates. This time it was the cat on the right who spoke up. I'm Dr. Nom Noms. I'm also not polling very well at the moment. If it wasn't for the calicos, I'd probably be out of the running. Well, you both seem like very nice cats. Maybe the debate will boost your popularity. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm lucky to be here tonight. I'm just hoping to debate the issues and do my best for all the alley cats out there. Oh, unranked. Dang it, it takes forever to rank people. You have to be here for 5 minutes before it'll rank you for some reason. I discovered that. Thank you both very much for helping me. If I could vote for both of you, I would. That's very kind of you to say. Please enjoy the debate tonight. I followed their directions and made it back to my seat all right. Phew, finally made it. Victoria, where were you? You'd never believe me, even if I told you. You'll have to tell me later. The show's about to start. So, the ranks are determined by how many hours you've spent in the channel. And they're all positions on a film set. So, since I have a film degree and I spend a chunk of my time on film sets, I figured that would be a fun way to rank everybody. So... I did that today, Rob. I did that today. After that, the moderator came on stage and explained the debate rules to the audience. The rules were pretty simple. Clap whenever there's a response you like, but no interrupting the debaters and no cat calls. Cat calls. The debate itself was pretty interesting. Thunderpaw was an intense debater. He yelled at all the other candidates and constantly insulted them. If his goal was to look stronger than his opponents, then he succeeded. Frisky didn't try to appeal to all voters. Instead, he focused his attention on just one group, women. He wouldn't stop talking about how much he loved women. I didn't think it was very professional, but my friend Lizzie liked it. I do use Streamlabs chatbot. Yes. DJ Nibbles was energetic as ever, which ended up hurting his debate style. He rushed into his answers with such enthusiasm that he tripped over his words, and twice he lost his place during speeches. Still, it's nice to see such refreshing honesty in a political debate. That's okay, Tom. I'm really bad at making your streams, too. I'm sorry. Dr. Nomnoms did not do very well. He flubbed most of his answers, and he went on a long tangent about a bird bath he visited last year. It's almost like he was trying to fail. Yeah, tickets are the currency I just set up for my channel. Where are the ranks? Oh, they're in the currency. So if you go to currency in the top corner, there's a little crown icon, and that's where you set up ranks. Kale did okay, I guess. He was a solid speaker, but he was definitely overshadowed by all the other personalities in the room. I can see why he's last in the polls. As for the final debater, Rover, there was something different about him. I don't know what it was. He just seemed, I don't know, really different from the other cats. At the end of the debate, the moderator called for silence. We've heard all the candidates' responses, but now we want to hear a question from a real person, an average citizen, not a politician. That's why we've picked a randomly selected audience member to give the final question of the debate, and that person is Victoria, because I'm the only one in the room. What, me? Cat. Yeah. Okay. Arglefump. Yep, I'm familiar with Arglefump. That's actually how I found you guys' games, but... Luna. Cool. Come on up, Victoria. Tell everyone your question. Well, okay, I don't know a lot about politics, but I do know that politicians are supposed to help people. So I guess I want to know how all of you will help me. I mean, I lost my job at the grocery store last week, and I'm still having trouble finding a new one. If I don't get a job soon, I might lose my apartment. I know my personal problems don't matter much in the political world, but what will you do as president to help people like me? That's a very good question. All questions that were asked here tonight have been good, especially the question of societal inequality between cats and humans. Kale, you're a salad-headed moron. That is an insult. Salad is a great friend of mine. This isn't a question of social inequality. Oh, I'm sorry, Moocher. Yeah, besides the real social inequality is between cats and dogs. I have a suggestion. You can work for me, Victoria. What? You need a job and I need a new campaign manager. I'll hire you. That will help your problem, right? Oh yeah, I want to hire you too. No way, you want to work on the DJ Nibbles campaign with me. I'm sure there's room for you on the Kale campaign. You don't want to work for those losers, work for Thunderpaw. I only hire the best and brightest. At one point he looks like a member of the Beatles. I have one question to ask. Do you have a dog? No. Then I offer my services as well. Come work for me. No, me. Me! Oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. You all want me to work for you? I I hate to interrupt here, but we're running out of time for the debate. If you could please choose a candidate now. That's the dilemma I found myself in. 6 great cats all running for president, and they all want me to work for them. How can I pick just one? I like all of them. In the end, I decided to go with... I'm going with Frisky this time. I've already decided ahead of time. Frisky and Thunderpaw are the last 2 that I have. I've done Nom Noms, Kale, Rover, and DJ Nibbles, so I'm going with Frisky this time. Here we go. Frisky, Chapter 1, in which Frisky lives up to his name. Thank you for shouting out, Rob. I pick Frisky. Yes, 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 I win. I get the hot girl. Thank you, Frisky. Please. Better get some pepper spray. You'll need it to protect yourself from this unscrupulous flirt. You're just jealous that I'm so much more attractive than you, both as a cat and as a presidential candidate. Voters, don't make your decisions based on looks. Vote based on experience and proven results. Vote for Kale. Bark. This ends the Sharp Claw debate. Thank you for watching. Wow, I can't believe you just got a job, and with Frisky of all cats. Is there something wrong with Frisky? No, not at all. It's just that, you know, he has a reputation for being a heartbreaker. A heartbreaker? My cousin says that he's really good at getting girls to fall in love with him. Then he just dumps them when the next woman comes along. I certainly wouldn't let my cat near him. I even heard that he once seduced an entire tennis team. They were all game, set, and he was the match. So if you're planning on falling for him, be careful. Odds are it won't last. I'm sure he'd never do something like that. Frisky seems like an upright, honest person. If you say so. Personally, I prefer Dr. Nom Noms. He's so cute. Are you picking political candidates based on who's the cutest? Bye, Rob. Thank you for being here. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. Yes, isn't that why you want to work for Frisky? Everything in this game is route to Michael's fault. Okay, so he is cute, but I didn't let that affect my decision much. Hehe, what happened to Bill? I haven't seen him since he moved away, you know that. Right, right. Anyway, good luck with your new job, campaign manager. I'm sure you'll be great. You bet. Bye. Hang on, I need to take a 30-second break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. Like I said, I was wondering if you'd had enough of Frisky yet. I heard you speaking sharply, no doubt because he made a pass at you. So if you want, you can always leave Frisky and join my campaign instead. Should I? I'll stay with Frisky. Sorry, Rover, you're a nice cat, but I should stick with Frisky. What kind of person would I be if I quit my campaign manager job so soon after getting it? I appreciate your sentiment, Victoria. I just thought I'd offer the job in case you wanted it. She doesn't. She's with me now. It's gonna stay that way. Well, good luck, Victoria, but don't campaign too hard. I wouldn't want Frisky to beat me in the polls, haha. As Rover left, I scratched the side of my face, thinking. First Lizzie, then Rover. Two different people seemed to think it was dangerous for me to work for such a flirty cat. Were they right? Was it possible that Frisky had a crush on me? I did beat Beard in the Mirror Salad, and hello! I'm sorry you missed it. No, that's wrong. He has a girlfriend. That will prevent him from putting the moves on me. But then again, he did try to rub up against my legs earlier. I'd better be on my guard, or else he might start acting a little frisky around me. Bye, Paul. Thanks for being here. Have a great dinner. Frisky, Chapter 2, in which we get to work. It's been fun, yes, for sure. Thank you again for being here. I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. Okay, time to get down to brass tacks. You'll be taking over for Deanna, who left the campaign last week. Why'd she leave? Something about a stressful work environment? I don't know. She was very flustered when she turned in her resignation, and I could barely hear what she was mumbling. Anyway, I want you to handle all of her projects from now on. You can have her office, her computer, even her hotel room. We'll be traveling a lot, so you'd better get used to it. Makes sense to me. Do you have a list of her projects, or is that on her computer? She did most of the business and scheduling end of things. You'll have to run my schedules past Cynthia first. She's in charge of mail. The mail person is in charge of scheduling? Mail cat, and yes, she catalogs all my mail and passes on the letters that she thinks I'll be interested in. I get a lot of requests for private events or personal one-on-one meetings. I really enjoy attending those. So they get priority in my scheduling. You don't have to plan my schedule around them, but hey, if I'm in Felinia or wherever and I'm near someone who's sent in a donation, I want to take time to stop by and thank them personally. That's really nice of you. I aim to please, and I'm good at pleasing people. Getting back to your earlier question, though, the list of projects is on Deanna's computer, and no, I don't know what the password is. You'll have to contact her directly. Do you have her contact information? Yes, I've got her number in my little black book. If she's not listed there, I've got some binders full of women in my office, and those are pretty big with all the pictures and whatnot. It can be hard to search through them. Frisky is terrible. Tell you what, I'll get the number sent to your hotel room. We're staying at the Kitten Hotel on 10th Street. Ask for Deanna's room. They'll put you in the right place. Make sure to get some sleep because we leave early for Miowa tomorrow. And I think that's everything for now. See you tomorrow. You're not coming with me to the hotel? No, I have another appointment. I have a lot of late night appointments. Well, now that I'm in charge of your schedule, I can fix that and get you appointments during the daytime. Haha, no. These are special appointments, if you know what I mean. I hope he's talking about meeting with campaign donors. I really do. Well, in that case, I'll go home and pack everything up in preparation for this new job. Great, and if I haven't said it already, I'm glad to have you working with me. I always love having gorgeous women on staff. Thank you for offering a job to a struggling girl who doesn't have a college diploma. You haven't gone to college? I applied, but the only place that accepted me was too expensive. So I'm working this year, and I'll apply again next year. But you are over 18, right? Because it's illegal for me to hire a minor. Yes, I turn 22 next month. Good, and if that's everything, you'll have to excuse me. Frisky and I both left the green room and went our separate ways. I was a little surprised to find that Lizzie was still waiting for me in the hallway.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Should play. I heard it. Yeah, I made Sarah a mod song. Everybody saying hey to you. So how did it go? Pretty good. I start tomorrow and I'm in charge of scheduling. Eek, I'm so proud of you. I knew you'd get a great job eventually. Did you know that Frisky is dating Miss Cleopatra? He was talking to her on the phone when I first came in the room. That's so cool. I love her on 9 Lives to Live. But if Frisky is around, she'd better switch from drama to romance, right? Right. Are you okay? Did something happen? No, it's just, you know, romance. When Lizzie mentioned romance, it reminded me of Bill, my old boyfriend. We never broke up with each other. We just, well, he went off to college in Miowa and I stayed here. But now that I'm going to Miowa, maybe I'll get to see him again. I'm not sure if that thought should terrify me or fill me with joy. Be safe, Salad. Oh, I knew it. Frisky put the moves on you, didn't he? What? No, he didn't. Oh, well, not really. What did he do? He rubbed against my legs and called me gorgeous a few times. Eee! But he has a girlfriend, so I told him to stop. After that, he got more serious and professional. Bless. Is that all? I was hoping you two had kissed or something. You're such a hopeless romantic, Lizzie. I have to be. None of the guys in this town are worth paying attention to. Now that Dr. Nom Nom's on the other hand, I rolled my eyes. Lizzie was being herself as usual. No, but seriously, what if Frisky didn't have a girlfriend? What if he was single? What would you do then? What if he was on the market when he made a pass at you? Would you take that hunk of meat right out of the deli mart, or would you throw it in the expired food bin? Are we talking about dating or grocery shopping? Just answer the question. Would you go out with Frisky if you could? I know how this game works, so... Are you kidding me? Yes, he's so cute, and he can be really charming when he wants to be. That's a blessing and a curse. A cute guy like that, you'll have to fight to keep other girls away from him. More like you'll have to fight to keep him away from other girls. Frisky has seriously bad case of wandering eye. Fair point. Good thing I don't have to deal with that, though. He's got a girlfriend, and it's going to stay that way. I'm not the kind of girl who would steal someone else's cat. He's not going to stay a cat forever, though. I'm sure he'll get turned into a human eventually. Most cats do if they can afford it. Yeah, you're right about that. Great, now you have me thinking about what he'd look like as a human. Sorry, sometimes I wonder the same thing about my little kitty. Oh, Lizzie, she's such a good friend. I'm gonna miss her a lot when I'm on the campaign trail. I said goodbye to Lizzie and went home. My parents were so thrilled to hear I was moving out, they came over to my apartment and helped me pack everything. I left some boxes with them, though. I bet Mom's gonna sell my stuff at a garage sale. When I got back to my hotel room, there was an unpleasant surprise waiting for me. Yuck! Who left a pile of bras on the floor? That's gross! There was also a piece of paper with Deanna's contact information. I called her right away. Welcome back. Hello? I'm assuming that's Deanna. Hello, is this Deanna? I'm Victoria. That's me. Who are you? I was hired to be Frisky's new campaign manager. Since I'm taking over your old job, I was wondering if I could have the password to your computer. Sure, the password is Frisky for President. Kinda cheesy, I know. But listen, be careful working with Frisky, okay? You're the third person to warn me about him. Is he that much of a flirt? No, he's worse. It was borderline sexual harassment working with him. I couldn't take it anymore, so I quit. Well, thanks for the warning, but I think I'll be okay. He's dating Miss Cleopatra now. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't think it'll last any longer than his other relationships. Either way, feel free to call me if you have any questions about the job. I will. Thanks. Bye. Goodbye. I hung up and stared at my phone for a while. Then I made a snap decision and dialed a number I hadn't used in half a year.
You have reached 515-555-5555. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep.
It's me, Victoria. I know we haven't talked since you left 6 months ago, but I'm going to be in Miowa tomorrow, and I thought maybe I'd like to meet with you, if that's okay. Call me back if you want, or don't. I'll be fine either way. I hung up. That was awkward. Frisky Chapter 3, in which we really get to work this time. Iowa, a beautiful state that no one pays attention to except during the election cycle. I love it so very much. We'll be here until the primary vote next week. You got the schedule, right? No? What? Why not? Because it's my first day on the job and all I've done so far is ride a plane to Miowa. Oh, right. Well, you can print out a copy of the schedule at the office. Number 1, I don't know where that is, and number 2, I thought I was in charge of scheduling. Wow, you're not very good at being campaign manager, are you? It's like you don't have any experience with this sort of thing. I don't. You literally picked me out of a crowd at random. Well, at least you're good looking. Just follow the other girls and they can take you to our temporary offices here. Now that he's mentioned it, there are at least 5 other women here, both human and cat. Do all these women work for you? Where are your male employees? I don't have any. I'm the only man in the organization because I don't like the competition. I mean, I'm in favor of equal rights. Yeah, that's it. Right. So what's the plan from here? Fill up my schedule with all sorts of dates and speeches and dates. Maybe the women voters of Miowa have an event that I can speak at. You know that male voters exist too, right? Oh yeah, but they're not the focus of my campaign. I want to reach out to all the women in the country who are in need of help. Women like you. Oh, bye, Salad. Love you too. Thanks for have a great rest of your Saturday. Aren't you grateful that I gave you such a good job? Feel free to show your gratitude whenever you want. Anytime now, Victoria. Tell me how you really feel. I'm grateful to you for giving me this opportunity to run a career with professionalism. You don't have to be professional all the time. You can loosen up around me. In fact, why don't I give you one of my famous back rubs? Have you been to Claude? No. Yeah, you're not giving me any back rubs then. Suit yourself. Other women say I'm magic with my paws. Ugh, again with the flirting. I have a question, and I want you to answer honestly. Have you ever been involved in a sexual harassment lawsuit? Yes, I've had 18 of them. 1 for each toe. Why? Just checking. I know you think I'm a good-for-nothing flirt, and trust me, I like the challenge. Women who play hard to get are my favorite, but the truth is my personality runs deeper than that. I actually... Yo, do you see what Beverly is wearing today? I need to go compliment her outfit right away. Later, babe. I'm guessing Beverly is the cat with the scandalously short skirt. Yep, that's who he's talking to. I don't understand why a cat is wearing skirts to begin with. Most cats just are usually naked, which could explain a lot about Frisky's behavior. Oh, that's my phone. Hello? Victoria? Oh, is that my ex-boyfriend? Is that my ex-boyfriend, Bill? Oh, Lord! Good grief. Victoria, I got your voicemail. Bill, it's so good to hear from you. How's life? How's college? Tell me everything. College is actually not that good right now. They're not letting me take any classes in my major until my 3rd year. What? 3rd year? Why? I have to get a bunch of required classes out of the way first. There's 2 years of language, a year of history, 4 science classes, that sort of thing. Those sound like the classes we took in high school. They're exactly like the classes we took in high school. I can't believe it. So far, college is just a repeat of high school. Why are they doing this to me? A high school diploma is a requirement for getting into college, so why do colleges make you do high school all over again? It's so stupid. And what happens junior year when I start taking classes in my major and it turns out I don't like it? I have to wait another year to switch majors. It's all a huge scheme to waste my money. I blame the banks. They're paying colleges to rip us off with wasteful education. That way it'll take us longer to pay off the outrageous college loans they charge us. If I was in charge, I'd get rid of all majors who graduates don't make over 50,000 years right after graduating. Anyway, that's what we learned today in AA1, how colleges are oppressing society, but mostly oppressing students by giving us too much homework. The administration is so mean. Don't they know college is for partying, not schoolwork? What's AA1? Armchair Activism 101. That's a mandatory course in all colleges. For a moment there, it sounded like he's talking about how to be an entitled, whiny brat 101. I mean, Bill knows how hard I tried and failed to get into college. Why is he saying stuff like this in front of me? I swear, if it wasn't for Monique, I'd probably quit going to class. It's not like that would hurt my grades all that much, and my grades don't really matter anyway, so... Monique? Who's Monique? My girlfriend? Girlfriend? You have a girlfriend? Girlfriends, actually. I've learned to think outside the traditional monogamous relationship. I'm in 4 different relationships right now, and I'm proud. You're proud of the fact you're seeing 4 women at once? Do they even know? That's not important. It sounds important. See, this is why you should have gone to college. It'd make you more open-minded about this sort of thing. Everyone dates everyone here because we know the truth. And relationships are temporary pleasure vehicles, not some sort of romantic magic destiny. Is that all I was to you? Just sort of temporary pleasure vehicle? Well, yeah, going out with you was nice, but I never expected it to last forever, so I didn't develop any lasting feelings for you. Not that I could have anyway, because lasting feelings are an illusion, especially romantic ones. Those are a myth invented by Clollywood. I hung up the phone. I couldn't stand to hear anymore. I mean, sure, I half expected that Bill had moved on by now, but to hear him say that our love was just an illusion, just a myth, some sort of temporary pleasure vehicle? He was my first real boyfriend, and he gave up on me just like that? I couldn't help it. I started crying. He is actually a Billy. He's a Billy, boys! Victoria, what's wrong? Bill he just... Please calm down. Don't cry. No matter what happened, I'm sure everything will be fine. No, it won't. Who is this Bill? Did he hurt you in some way? Do I need to get out the claws? He's my boyfriend. Or he was my boyfriend. Oh, I understand now. He cheated on you with multiple women, unless I'm mistaken. How did you know? I recognize those tears. I've had experience with that sort of thing. In other words, you're a disgusting pervert, just like he is? Are all men this awful? That's okay, you can lash out at me if you want. I likely deserve it. Oh. What's the better option for the good ending? I hate you. I wasn't even working for you 5 minutes before you started flirting with me. You don't care about my feelings or anyone else's feelings. All you care about is getting as many women as possible. What are you, men having a competition? Is that it? Are you trying to see who can be the absolute worst? Because you're all winning. All you do is use women and dump them like they're no more important than garbage. You're garbage. I hate you, Bill. You are more to me than just a temporary pleasure vehicle. I thought you were for real, and it turns out you're a huge phony. I hate you. Do you feel better now? A little, I guess. It still hurts. I know, it's gonna take some time. I'm sure you'll get better soon, though. You're a fighter. And if you ever feel like yelling at someone again, I'll be there. Thanks, Frisky. I don't buy your nice guy routine for a minute, but I appreciate the effort. For a sick, disgusting pervert, maybe you're not all that bad. That's what all the political analysts say about me. Frisky Chapter 4, in which we make the schedule for Miowa. I was feeling better by the time I got to the offices. Also, I was feeling a little embarrassed. I can't believe I yelled at my boss. I think there's 8 to 10 chapters. I can do this in about 2 hours, I think. That's about as long as the other ones have taken me. No, scratch that. I can't believe Frisky actually tried to comfort me when I was sad. I thought he was a jerk who didn't care about women's feelings. Was he serious about making me feel better, or was it just some part of some sick game? I'm not good with sports, but I know what a rebound relationship is. Maybe that's what he was trying to do, take advantage of me when I was at my lowest. Then again, maybe he was sincere. I mean, he didn't try flirting with me like he usually does. He just tried to be nice to me. Why couldn't he be like that all the time? That's okay if you can't watch the whole thing, like, for real. Ah, so confusing. Just stop thinking about it, Victoria. Forget about Frisky and forget about Bill. I picked up a spray bottle and aggressively spritzed some of the plants in my office. That helped bring me back to Earth. Right, I'm supposed to make a schedule. Looks like there's a file here with all the appointments we've already agreed to. I'll just enter those into the calendar. And here are all the events we've been invited to. Whoa, there's a lot of them. Way more than we can actually attend. That's probably a good problem to have when you're campaigning. Let me see. Why don't I sort the events by size? I guess I can further sort the events by topic. After all, it looks like there are 12 events focusing on the economy. We should vary up the schedule a little bit. And done. Kind of. Looks like we've got 2 possible events for tonight. Which one would Frisky prefer to speak at? The litter box ladies or a gathering of funeral directors. He would definitely rather be at the litter box ladies. Is this seriously a question? Of course Frisky would rather talk to the little litter box ladies. Oh, it's a typo. I'll send them a confirmation email saying that Frisky would love to attend.
Email sent.
And sent. Now for tomorrow's schedule. I went through the entire schedule for our stay in Miowa. I put my choices in bold, but I made sure to list all the alternate options. Hey Z-Fruit, how you doing? Yes, this is Cat President. Just give me a moment. Like Frisky asked me to, I sent the tentative schedule to the mail cat. She made corrections and added some more options. Then the schedule was sent to Frisky, who made the final decisions. Good job with the schedule, Victoria. I knew you'd be the perfect fit for this position. Thank you very much, Frisky. I was worried there would be a mistake somewhere. Oh, there was. You had me scheduled to attend a charity auction tomorrow night. What's wrong with that? Tomorrow is the fancy furball debate. One of them will be my opponent in the general election, so I want to see what they're like. Oh, you're not good? I'm sorry. That sucks to hear about it. I hope things get better for you quickly. Oh, another debate. Haven't there already been like 20 debates so far? I haven't been paying attention because debates bore me. Most of the time it feels like the politicians are competing to see who can say the longest, most off-topic sentence without losing the audience attention. And when they're not being boring, they're insulting each other like middle schoolers. I hate to say it, but they're pretty catty. Who'd actually listen to them? Oh, right. Listening to politicians is my job now. The cat to watch out for is Champagne. She's the current leader in the fancy furball polls. Champagne, huh? I've never heard of her. She's supposed to be rich, refined, and elegant. They say that she won the last debate, paws down. She could be a tough challenger. I guess I'll see for myself when the debate comes on. Want to watch it with me? Sure, that'll be a great opportunity for me to learn more about politics. Excellent. You can stop by my hotel room at 6. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to work on my speech for the litter box ladies. Litter boxes are the backbone of the American economy. You should not poo-poo them. No, that's dumb. I use my litter box every day, and so should you. Better. Litter boxes should not be treated like garbage. They should be treated with dignity and honor. I left Frisky to his speechifying. I'm not a big fan of speeches myself. They remind me too much of the lectures I got in high school. I had this one super boring teacher named Mr. Drew who used to talk about politics a lot. In fact, I can remember his class now. And that's how I lost my fortune and had to go back to being a teacher. It was the saddest day my entire life. Be safe, Holland. Anyway, back to politics. The Republican and Democrat parties were both eliminated when humans were banned from politics. This resulted in the formation of many different political parties, such as the Long Hairs, the Text Message Enthusiasts, and Team Jacob. Eventually, they were consolidated into the two parties we have today, the Sharp Claws and the Fancy Furballs. Each party gets to have one candidate represent them in the general election. That candidate is selected through a series of 3 primary elections. And no, I love you more. No, you! Miss Victoria, turn off your phone right now and pay attention. Sorry, Bill. I think I have to hang up now. My stupid history teacher is glaring at me. See you at the library after school? Of course, Victoria. That's so great. I can't wait to see you again. I love you so much. I'll love you forever and ever. Even if we go to different colleges, I won't look at other girls. I'll call you every night. That'll be so romantic. What do you... Hey, give me back my phone. If you don't hang up in 2 seconds, I will throw this phone in the garbage can. This game isn't very old, but that was like a flashback scene. Ugh, why did I have to remember that class? Bill was so... Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Whatever Bill and I had between us is over for good. Still, maybe I should have paid a little more attention during class that day. I didn't learn anything at all about the Sharp Claws and Fancy Furballs, and that's kind of important information for me to know. Oh well, I guess I'll learn more about the Fancy Furballs during their debate tomorrow night. It was sure nice of Frisky to invite me to watch it with him. Maybe I'll benefit from his expert political analysis. After that, I logged into my email and sent messages to everyone, informing them of the new schedule. I also contacted Mr. Drew to see if he still had the cell phone he took from me. I want it back. That was a great phone. Once the emails were sent, I spent about 5 minutes wondering what to do next. Frisky hadn't given me any assignments aside from scheduling, and that was already done. So I want to talk to the woman in the next office to see if she knew what I was going to do next. Work. I'm doing work. So the story is that this takes place in a future America where politicians became so corrupt that they banned humans from politics and gave political power to cats. Excuse me. Sorry, I can see you're doing work right now. Lola, was it? Yes, you're Deanna's replacement. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. It's Victoria. Pleased to meet you. If you came to ask if I got your email, yes, looks like they got you set up on the system correctly. That's good to know, but I actually came by to ask if there's any extra work that needs to be done. I'm finished with the schedule. I see. In that case, well, let me ask you a question first. Can you keep a secret? Can I keep a secret? Yes, why do you ask? The truth is, nobody here does a lot of work. Frisky mostly pays us to stand around all day and look pretty. It's a very cushy job. For instance, my only assignment yesterday was to sort the bumper sticker sales records. It took me about 10 minutes. I spent the rest of the day screwing around on my computer. In fact, since Frisky is gone for the rest of the day, I was thinking about sneaking out and catching a movie this afternoon. Want to come with? My treat. Well, if there's nothing else to do... Trust me, there isn't. Frisky keeps hiring new girls in order to impress them, and now we've got way more employees than we have work to do. Everyone here just goofs off most of the time. In that case, sure, I guess we can go to the movies together. But if we do get in trouble, I'm blaming you. Ha, don't worry. No one will even notice we're gone. No one noticed when I took a 3-hour lunch break every day last week. Lola was right. No one did notice that we were gone the entire afternoon, and the next day, my job assignment was the same thing, making sure the schedule was okay. I was done in less than half an hour. There's no way this should count as a full-time job, but it does. I'm basically getting paid to tour the country and live a life of leisure. Not a bad gig, huh? It totally makes up for the fact that the boss is a flirt. As it turned out, though, Frisky is way more of a flirt than I realized. Frisky Chapter 5, in which we step inside Frisky's hotel room. Uh-oh. The second night in Miowa, I went to Frisky's room so we could watch the fancy furball debate together like he suggested. But when I opened the door... Wow, Frisky, your fur is so soft. I love you so much, Frisky. I would do anything to make you happy. Hey, don't hug Frisky. I want to pet him too. I like it when you like it when I pet you, don't you, baby? Ladies, please. I can't handle being petted by so many gorgeous women at once. Maybe if you all take turns. Frisky! Victoria, this isn't what it looked like. So you're not playing around with a bunch of random girls? They're not random. They're DJ, Stephanie, Michelle, and Becky. Lark. Kimmy. Right, Kimmy. Sorry, babe, I forgot your name for a bit there. Let me make it up to you with some extra attention. Ooh, Frisky, that feels so good. No fear. Fair, I haven't gotten a back rub yet. Michelle, you can give her a back rub, right? Back rubs and tummy rubs for everyone. That's what I'll give everyone if I'm elected president. Yay! I backed away from the scene, horrified. The fourth woman seemed to recognize my discomfort, and she stepped forward to reassure me that everything was okay. Hi, I'm Kimmy. You're probably wondering what we're doing here. Yeah, that question did cross my mind. I know what it looks like. Don't worry. We're not some sort of harem or something. We're the ones in charge of the litter box ladies. Frisky invited us here to meet with him in private after he spoke at our event yesterday. And he's so charming we just couldn't resist. Wait, you're that Kimmy? I'm Victoria, the one who sent you the email confirming that Frisky was coming to your event. Oh, I remember you now. You're the scheduling person. Thank you so much for making room in his schedule for us. We really appreciate it. Just doing my job. You still look uncomfortable. Here, join us on the bed. Frisky and the girls are so much fun. We'll get you loosened up in no time. You bet. Want to have a pillow fight? No fair. I'm overdressed for a pillow fight. I know one way to fix that problem. Ugh, Frisky. Ew. Ew. You're so naughty, Frisky. Kick the women out of the room. That does it. Everyone out of the room now. I guess we are acting a little inappropriately. Yeah, she's right. We should probably go home. I mean, my parents would kill me if they found out what I was doing. Aw, but I still didn't get my back rub. Frisky, you are terrible. One by one, the women got up and left. I got the sense they felt a little ashamed about their inappropriate behavior. You're not going to get the good ending. I was too furious with Frisky to take much notice of them, however. I'm sorry for any inconvenience we may have caused, and if Frisky ever returns to Miowa, could you please book him to give our group another speech? The girls would really appreciate it. Me too. No, get out. Get out now. Sorry. Did I break it? Oh. Frisky, what were you thinking? Inviting a group of women to your hotel room? I was just trying to have a little fun, that's all. Fun? Fun? Do I have to remind you that you have a girlfriend and you're still playing around with other women? You're right, I'm sorry. I was completely out of line. Do you know how many politicians have been destroyed by scandals? If word of your promiscuous behavior gets out, you can kiss the presidency goodbye. I know, it's just, I have a self-control problem, okay? I can't handle myself around women. Well, you better learn how to control yourself around women. This is sick and disgusting and totally unbecoming of a presidential candidate. I'm sorry. I learned my lesson now. I will never flirt with another woman as long as I live. Are you telling the truth or are you lying? I'm telling the truth. I swear on my 9 lives. Just don't tell anyone what I did. Fine, I won't tell anyone. This time. If I see you acting inappropriately again, though, I'm going straight to the press. Thank you. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I was skeptical, to say the least. Thanks to my ex-boyfriend, I had very low expectations about men and the way they behave around women. Why'd you even invite a bunch of girls to your room when you knew I was coming over? That has bad idea written all over it. I know, it's just the lure of forbidden romance, I guess. That's the best kind of love there is, after all. Secret kisses, hidden passion. What? That is not what love should be like. You shouldn't have to hide your love. It should be out in the open for everyone to see. I never took you for the romantic type. I'm not that romantic. I just think love should be strong and dependable. Something that lasts, you know, not something fragile, easily broken and thrown away. I guess I'm the opposite. I prefer short-term relationships. Quick romance, as you would say. How can you honestly care about the other person if you know the relationship is going to end soon? I don't think anyone should have to settle for temporary love. Love doesn't have an expiration date. Wow, you are a hopeless romantic. Thanks. Most people don't call it romantic they call it deluded or stupid. I call it noble. I'd like to believe there's a soulmate out there for me, but I don't know. I guess I stopped looking for true love a long time ago. You want my advice? Stop chasing after random women like the ones who were in your room just now. Go after a serious relationship, not a random fling. You're probably right. But do you think that's even possible, that someone would take me seriously? You know my reputation for being a flirt. Yes, I think it's possible. Anyone can find love, even you. I mean, especially you. You're dating Miss Cleopatra, after all. Do you know how many guys would kill to be in your position? You're right. Miss Cleopatra is a great cat, and even if we haven't spent a lot of time together lately, we still have something special together. Yes, you've got the seed of love already. You just need to water it and help it grow. And I will. At least I'll try. But enough mushy talk already. Let's watch the debate. The debate? Oh, right, the fancy furball debate. I got so distracted I almost forgot that's the reason I came here. I think it's on Channel 10. The debate had already started by the time we turned it on. Look, I want to make one thing clear. I'm sorry if people think it was wrong of me to break 5 different laws multiple times, but I'm not sorry I broke the law. I'm just sorry people dislike me for it. Thank you, Senator. The next question is for Champagne, who is currently the front-runner by a wide margin. Champagne, before you ask your question, I would just like to... This is a scary cat. I would just like to thank all my supporters, especially the Persian cat community. As you know, I am a Persian cat myself, and I am proud to stand for all Persian cats everywhere. Yes, Z-Fruit, obviously. Ooh, is she a Persian cat? Neat. I don't think we've ever had a Persian cat as the president before. Her fur is so fluffy. The question is, how will you improve the U.S. economy? I don't think the economy needs any improvement. Why, when my parents came to this country from Persia, they were poor immigrants. Poor Persian immigrants. They didn't have much to hope for. And look what happened. Those Persian immigrants worked hard, and now their daughter could be the first Persian-American president. America truly is the land of opportunity. Huh. I think she's leaning pretty heavily on that first Persian president thing. What do you think? I think Champagne is gorgeous. Uh-oh. He thinks that is gorgeous. Frisky Chapter 6, in which Frisky makes a bipartisan connection. Champagne is beautiful. No wonder she's so popular. Why, if I was a single cat. But you're not single. You have a girlfriend, and you promise not to chase after other women anymore. I know, and I won't. I fully intend to keep my promise both to you and to Miss Cleopatra. Aw, Holland, you're gonna get there. We kept watching the debate. The audience was very impressed with Champagne, who held herself well, spoke powerfully, and seemed to know everything about current events. But I was kind of turned off by the way that she constantly mentioned being a Persian cat. Well, in Persia, the way they like to do things is very... How would I be different from President Daisy Doodle? Well, for one thing, I'm a Persian cat. She's not. For another thing... No, wait, that was the only thing I wanted to mention. What? Uh-oh. You said you wouldn't play around with other women. I'm not. I mean, I'm just rubbing it up against Lola's legs in a sensual manner, and... I mean, no, I was distracted. I got caught up in the heat of the moment. South Carolina, I can't. A likely story, you were going to make a pass at her. He probably was. Something like, hey, why don't we celebrate together in private? How did you know what I was going to say? I knew it. You haven't changed at all. You're still a sexist pervert. No, I swear it was a one-time slip-up. It'll never happen again, I promise. That's what you said last time. I'm not letting you get away with this. I'm going to tell Miss Cleopatra. No! Frisky Chapter 7, in which the cat claws come out. Yeah, the puns are great. I stormed out of the shed, furious. Frisky chased after me. Please, you have to stop. If you tell Miss Cleopatra she'll dump me, my poll numbers will go down. And that's all you care about. Poll numbers. Clearly you don't care about your girlfriend's feelings. I do care about her feelings. Kind of. I mean, we started dating as a publicity stunt. It's not that serious of a relationship, and I haven't seen her in so long. That doesn't give you the right to hit on one of your secretaries. What, are you going to try hitting on me next? Oh, wait, you already have. That was just the one time. I've changed. You might have changed a little, but not enough, and your girlfriend deserves to know the truth. She knew the risks when she agreed to go out with me. Risks? Love is a risk now? Well, dating can be risky. Look at it this way. She won't care. No one seems to care. If people really disapproved of my behavior, I wouldn't have gotten 30% of the vote. I don't care if 100% of voters decided that cheating is okay. It's still wrong, no matter what people say. You're right. And I wouldn't cheat on her. I just, like I said, I got caught up in the heat of the moment. Heat of the moment? More like you're in heat constantly. Look, I know I messed up, but the truth is I would have pulled away from Lola even if you hadn't stepped in. I know my limits, and I'm not going to cross that line. I'm not sure I believe you. That makes you smart, I suppose. I'm not sure if I believe myself. There's no changing your mind then, is there? Absolutely not. That's what I like about you. You hold fast to your beliefs, especially your moral convictions. Fine, you win. Here's my phone. Use it to call Miss Cleopatra. Thank you. I took Frisky's phone and went back inside the shed so he couldn't hear. Frisky, hi. How'd the voting go? Hey, Miss Cleopatra, this isn't Frisky. This is Victoria. I'm in charge of his scheduling. Victoria, huh? I've been meaning to talk to you. You have? Yeah, Frisky told me that you and he had a long conversation about love together. Are you trying to move in on my man? No, I'd never mess around with someone else's boyfriend. Frisky, on the other hand. What'd he do now? I saw him rubbing up against another girl's legs and purring loudly. Are you sure? Maybe you misunderstood the situation? There was no mistaking it. He was coming on to her after he promised never to do that sort of thing again. He promised? What are you talking about? Well, this is going to be upsetting to you. At the start of the week, he secretly invited 4 women to party with him in his hotel room. What? Who knows what would have happened if I didn't kick them all out. He swore it'd never happen again if I promised not to tell you. So he lied about it and immediately turned around and started chasing someone else? That does it. He and I are over. Put him on the line. I think he's right outside. I'll go get him. Frisky was just where I left him, and he wasn't alone. Lola was cuddling him in her arms and gently cooing to him. It's okay, Frisky. It's okay. Things will get better. No, they won't. Lola, what's going on? Victoria, I thought you left. I went to call Miss Cleopatra. Here, Frisky, your girlfriend wants to talk to you. Uh-oh. I could hear Miss Cleopatra screaming as I went back into the office building. An embarrassed-looking Lola left with me. Hey, Victoria. I don't want you to get the wrong idea about what happened back there. So you weren't snuggling up to him. Please, he was crying like a kitten, so I started rocking him to make him feel better, that's all. I do the same thing whenever my baby girl is acting up. It's okay, I don't blame you. I blame Frisky, that lying scumbag. He wasn't trying to seduce me or anything. I think you're being overly suspicious. Maybe you're right. I could just be overreacting. Frisky's trying to change. You've seen it as much as I have. Everyone in the office has seen it. He's been much better and more professional this week than he's been in a long time. True, but why are you defending him? He snuggled up next to you after you gave him the poll numbers. That was a natural reaction. He's a cat, after all. I don't care if he's a cat. He needs to behave like a gentleman if he expects to become president. Yeah, well, I think Miss Cleopatra's going to teach him that lesson much better than either of us could. This is looking to be a catastrophe. Lola was right. Miss Cleopatra broke the news about Frisky in a very angry public way. She started spewing a bunch of vitriol at him on Litter. There was a video of her ripping his picture into tiny pieces, but that was just the beginning. Hey, Smokey. Hey, Ned. This is Cat President. She teamed up with some friends at the music industry and wrote a breakup song, trashing Frisky for being a cheating, no-good piece of garbage. The song went #1 almost immediately and stayed on the charts for 16 weeks. It's okay, Z-Fruit. Everyone weighed in on the controversy.
Meow.
I think this will be the end of Frisky's campaign. If he's willing to cheat on his girlfriend multiple times, then imagine what other immoral things he's willing to do. Have you considered being a cat, Zoo? Zop? Oh, have you considered being a cat? He's a cheater, and I never trusted him. It's all about moral judgment, and he has none. The country does not need another morally bankrupt president. He had 4 women in his hotel room at once. Lucky. I mean, disgraceful. If he doesn't get neutered immediately, his campaign is toast. What a disgrace that cat is. You'd never get away with something like that in the Persian cat community. See? What did I tell you, Victoria? Frisky is a flirt. Be careful around him. Rock on, Frisky. Free love is what it's all about. Shut up, Bill. You're gross. No, Victoria, I do not have the phone I confiscated from you 6 years ago. Please stop asking me to give it back. I wasn't sure how to feel about the entire thing. On one hand, Frisky was getting exactly what he deserved for lying. On the other hand, I was probably going to lose my job pretty soon, thanks to this campaign stinking scandal. In fact, I was a little surprised Frisky didn't fire me immediately for breaking the news to his girlfriend. Whenever I saw him in the office, he was rather quiet and subdued. I have the schedule for South Carolina. Oh, leave it on the desk. I'll look at it later. Do you want to... I can't talk now, Victoria. I'm busy. Oh. Oh, shoot. Are you feeling okay? That was not the right response. What do you care? You basically ruined my life. I still care about you. We're still friends, right? Didn't you say we'd be friends forever? No. I broke your trust, Victoria. Look, just leave, okay? I'm busy. Alright. Dang it, I should have left. I sighed as I left the office. I've never seen Frisky this sad. In fact, I think this is the only time I've ever seen him sad. But what could I do to make him feel better? Did I actually want to make him feel better, or did I want him to suffer for what he did? Welcome back, Shannon. I mean, sure, he deserved some kind of punishment for cheating on Miss Cleopatra, but he didn't deserve to be publicly humiliated in front of the whole country. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. I was mad at Bill for leaving me, so I took it out on Frisky. Is that what happened? One thing's for certain, things are only going to get worse for Frisky before they get better. Frisky Chapter 8, in which things don't get better. Yeah, I think that Fagwent is like a fake account. I don't think it's like a real account. The second primary was in New Closher, so we moved our headquarters to an office building there, considering that my only office supplies are my computer and a few dozen houseplants I inherited from Deanna. Spooky. The campaigning started with a minor press conference. Frisky invited members of the local news media to come watch him give a short speech. Nothing too big or outlandish. He mostly just wanted people to know he was in the state for the week. I love traveling the country, but it's always great to be back on the East Coast. New Closher holds a special significance for me. Frisky, Frisky, are you going to comment on your recent scandals? No questions, please. But 2 of your ex-girlfriends have just come forth, and they both say you have a wandering eye. The hash-slinging slasher. Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain. Thank you, Lulu. Is that because you're in a Blackmore mood? What's going to happen if you're elected president? What if you decide Dogonia is a better country than ours and you try to become their president instead? That's not how the election process works. Please, Frisky, just one word for my viewers on what you plan to do now that you're single. Have you heard the song that Miss Cleopatra wrote about you? Shabby-doo, what a loser. Shabby-dee, what a horrible guy. Can I please go back to my speech? Haha, Riddy. Yes, be quiet. You're all a bunch of gossip rag writers. The important news is the Thunderpaw campaign donation scandal. What? I haven't heard about this. Thunderpaw was caught messing around with the funds for other Sharp Claws campaigns. He's been forced to drop out of the race. Your thoughts? I don't know much about what happened, obviously, but Thunderpaw had 12% of the vote. If he's out of the running, I will make sure to reach out to his voters by... All of his voters or just the female ones? Are you actively looking for a girlfriend now? Is that why you're reaching out to voters? This press conference is over. But Frisky. Ouch, that was a rough press conference. Tell me about it. Those reporters are like sharks. Yeah, Frisky told me about that once, back when we were still talking, that is. You miss talking to him, don't you? Yes, I miss him. You girls are great, but it's good to have a guy friend to talk to, you know? I was really starting to warm up to him before all this mess happened. I'm doing work. You know the other girls think you're responsible, right? He only started acting better once you joined the campaign. Or maybe he was only acting better because he knew if he didn't, I'd reveal his secret to the press. I can't be sure if I trust him, not after what he did. You know, you're acting like he cheated on you, not Miss Cleopatra. Why are you taking the situation so personally? Do you have feelings for Frisky or something? No, I mean, sure, I like him and everything, but I could never see myself dating a cheater like that. What if he wasn't a cheater? He's trying to be an honest cat. Now it seems like you're trying to set me up with Frisky. What gives, Lola? Frisky might make a good boyfriend if he could curb his wilder tendencies, but he's not talking to me. There's no reason for me to make a move on him. Look, I'm just saying. He's single now, and I think you should ask him out on a date. It would make him and you feel a lot better. Why? Why do you care? I've got $50 in the office pool that says you'll date him before the campaign ends. That's why. What? People in the office are making bets about us? We always set up a betting pool whenever Frisky's single again. It's an office tradition. Put me down for $5 that he makes a pass at champagne. Ooh, a long shot bet. You'll get good odds on that. Campaigning in New Closher was tough. A group of protesters led by a crazy cat named Banders started picketing all of Frisky's events. We had to switch to private invitation-only events after that. Meanwhile, Frisky's campaign had become a punchline for talk shows. Every night there was another joke about he was trying to date 100 girls at once, or how he planned to seduce his competitors into quitting the race. The Thunderpaw campaign donation scandal took a little bit of attention away from Frisky's scandal. A few days later, another scandal rocked the political world. Rover, the friendly cat? Turns out he's not a cat at all. He's actually a dog. Can you believe it? Rover dropped out of the race after that. It was good news for us that Thunderpaw and Rover quit. A fair amount of their supporters joined up with our campaign because Frisky was their second choice. I think that's the only thing which kept Frisky's campaign alive, to be honest. He would have tanked without the new people coming in. Still, all the polls had him hovering near last place, even behind Kale. Kale, the bland cat that practically no one ever remembers. And so it came as no surprise when Frisky ended up getting 4% of the vote in New Closher, not even close to getting double digits. What was a surprise was when Frisky summoned me to his office. Frisky, you wanted to see me? Yes, Victoria. As you've noticed, our campaign is basically dead in the water now. I'm sorry. We've all been working hard to help you succeed, but if the voters don't... Have you really been working hard to help me succeed? I can't help but think this entire situation is all your fault. If you hadn't told Miss Cleopatra... Hold up! You can't blame me for that. You were the one who cheated on her. You make it sound like I had an affair or something. All I did was rub against Lola's legs, and you completely overreacted. Overreacted? How would you feel if your girlfriend did that to some random guy? I wouldn't know, because thanks to you, I no longer have a girlfriend or a campaign. You still have a campaign. You can recover from this. If you can convince the electorate that you're honest and trustworthy. Sorry, but you already convinced them that I'm a skirt-chasing liar. Well, maybe if you didn't flirt with every girl you see, people wouldn't be so inclined to distrust you. I did stop flirting with other girls. I gave that up. I gave it up for you, and you still turned around and stabbed me in the back. Me? Yes, you. You told me to stop chasing girls, and you gave me the lecture on true love, and it's about how commitment and dedication, not flighty passion. I had the nerve to believe you. I thought you were right about love. I am right about love. If anything, this whole situation proves it. There's no place for cheating when it comes to love. And where does that leave me, huh? Loveless, alone, at the bottom of the national polls? You were the one cozying up to other women, not me. This is a classic case of don't shoot the messenger here. You were just getting mad at me because you don't want to get mad at yourself. I am mad at myself, and you, but mostly myself because I fell for you. You fell for me? Frisky. Yes, I'm tired of pretending, Victoria. I love you. You're special, you're different from other women, and I think we could have made it work. Heck, I tried to change my whole life for you, but you didn't seem to notice. Why didn't you tell me this earlier? I thought it was obvious we had something special together. No, not when you're dating other women. I would have left her for you. I wasn't that serious about her to begin with, but you, I'm serious about you. Or I was before you ruined my life. Frisky, I hate you so much right now. I have feelings for you too. I don't know if it's love, but yes, I like you more than a friend. I knew it. But it doesn't matter how I feel. We can't be together. I agree. Whatever chance we once had as a couple, it's gone now. I don't think we can recover from this. Maybe if you'd been honest with me from the start. I know I made mistakes, and I'm sorry, but we have to move on. We can't keep dwelling on this. You're the one who brought it up, not me. I'm perfectly fine with the way things are, with you ignoring me. Okay, I'm not happy about it, but I can deal with it. Good. What's so funny? I just realized you're finally getting what you wanted in the first place. A professional business relationship between us. No chance for romance. None. None whatsoever. Frisky Chapter 9, in which there's a chance for romance. Are you guys having fun? This is fun. Well, that was painful and awkward. I've never had a man confess his feelings for me before. Not even with my ex-boyfriend Bill. I was the one who initiated that relationship. Was this some sort of joke? Some sort of cosmic joke? Am I on a cat-based presidential soap opera right now? Because that's the only explanation that makes any sense. Gah, how could I have been so stupid? It should have been obvious that Frisky had feelings for me. It must have been obvious to everyone else if they made an office pool about it. If only I could turn back time and start over, we could have done things differently because now we were in a mess. Did I love Frisky? Maybe. In fact, that's probably why I told the truth to Miss Cleopatra. Maybe I was jealous, or maybe I cared too much about Frisky to let him ruin his life. Too late for that, though. His life is ruined, courtesy of yours truly. But how could I have done things differently? Should I have, I don't know, made a move on Frisky myself? He said he would have left her for me. Maybe I could have pushed that issue. Oh, wait, what's going on again? Oh, I'm missing all of the dang chat again. What? Hang on. Yeah, Frisky was declaring his love for me. Ah, why is love so hard to understand? Maybe if I went back to Frisky's office and kissed him passionately, it would be the spark to jumpstart the engine of our love? Or maybe he'd throw me out of the office for thinking up such a stupid analogy? This is the worst, the absolute worst. What did Frisky call it? I know, it's just the lure of forbidden romance, I guess. That's the best kind of love there is, after all. Secret kisses, hidden passion. What? That's not what love should be like. You shouldn't have to hide your love. It should be out in the open for everyone to see. I am seriously getting into this game, Shannon, yes. No, I stand by what I said earlier. I'm not going to fall into the pit of having some sort of forbidden romance with Frisky. If I'm going to be with him, we are not going to keep it a secret. But really, I doubt I'll ever be with him. Not now. Not ever. Victoria, are you okay? You look kind of spaced out. Hi, Lola. What is it? You know how Dr. Nom Nom's just won New Closure? Yes. He's out of the running. He ended his campaign after a feud with the leader of the Sharp Claw Party. What? Really? That makes him the third candidate to drop out. I can't believe it either, but now we're back in the top 3. It's between Frisky, Kale, and DJ Nibbles. It's like some sort of cosmic fate is intervening to make sure we stay in this race. I don't believe in fate or soulmates or any of that stuff. Not anymore. Really? Did something happen between you and Frisky? Great, Smokey. Thank you. Yes, he said he has feelings for me. Sheesh, took him long enough. Did you reciprocate? No, it's complicated. He said he had feelings for me, but he's not sure anymore because I ruined his campaign. So it's over between the two of you. It never even got started. I'm so sorry. Like I've been saying, I think you're the woman for him. You're the only one he's made an actual effort to impress. I wish I had noticed it earlier. Or maybe I did notice, because I sort of developed feelings for him too. Did you tell him that? He knows. Trust me, he knows, but it doesn't matter. Look, don't give up yet. Frisky is just sad because his campaign is doing badly. If we can turn things around, his mood will improve and he'll give you another chance. You're always saying nothing can get in the way of true love, right? I've never said anything like that before. I know, I just made it up to make you feel better. Still hang in there. Things will work out. Excuse me. Things will work out in the end, you'll see. Yeah. Thanks, Lola. If I didn't have a friend like you, I would have quit the campaign long ago. I tried my best to ignore my feelings and get back to work. The final primary was in South Carolina, a state where Frisky had always done well. He gave speeches, he licked babies, and he volunteered at large events. His poll numbers steadily increased, but it wasn't enough. We need a final push, and then... Welcome to the South Carolina debate. These 3 cats here are the leading Sharp Claw delegates. One of them will be selected as the party nominee at the national convention next week, and they will go on to the general election. Hey, is the ceiling blue? It looks really blue to me right now. What? I love you. I love you all so very much. Please just let me roll on the floor for a bit. I really need it right now. Are you? DJ Nibbles, is everything okay? It's fine, or it will be fine. I just need to roll on the floor in this pile of catnip. Oh, sweet catnip. Is he on catnip right now, in the middle of a debate? I had some right before the show. They don't call it the green room for nothing. Here, have some. No, I would never... Oh my gosh, it's my favorite brand. Move on over. Kale practically tackled DJ Nibbles in order to reach the catnip. The two of them started rolling on the floor, giggling like maniacs. I love you so much, dude. I love you too, dude. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, everyone. 2 of the 3 candidates appear to have been distracted by catnip. I don't know what we should do. Do you have any questions for me? I can answer them while these 2 make fools of themselves. Frisky, aren't you going to play with the catnip too? No, I have better self-control than that. Really? But the scandal with Miss Cleopatra... That's what I mean. I've learned my lesson from that. I'm no longer going to be irresponsible and do whatever I want because I don't want to hurt the people I love. And I think that's the kind of quality people want to see in a president. They don't want someone who's perfect, but they do want someone who's willing to make mistakes. Someone who's willing to admit when they're wrong. I used to be afraid of making mistakes, but not anymore. The only thing that scares me is the thought of letting people down, and cucumbers. All cats are deathly afraid of cucumbers. Isn't that a myth? I had cucumbers for lunch, they're right here. Yeah, not cucumbers, no! It's the demonic vegetable, run away! Put those away, quick. What's the big deal? They're just... Ah! DJ Nibbles and Kale attacked the moderator, viciously swiping with their claws. The moderator had to be rushed to the local veterinary hospital. The debate ended after that. Kale and DJ Nibbles, once their catnip high had worn off, realized what a horrible mistake they had made. Kale immediately dropped out of the competition, only to be replaced by one of the minor candidates who looked just like him. DJ Nibbles held on for a while, but Frisky came out hard against his youth and inexperience. And on voting day... We won? By a landslide, 82% of the votes were for you. This is great news for the campaign. Oh, Lola, I could kiss you right now. But I won't. I remember what happened last time. Lola, what's that look in your eyes? I don't trust it. I was just thinking, in Miowa, Frisky rubbed up against my legs when he heard the election news. Maybe you let him rub up against your legs, Victoria. What? Should I let him? Okay, just this once. Really? Yes, you deserve to have some affection after all the bad things that have happened to you. Frisky mewed and rubbed himself against my legs. It was adorable. I let out the nervous breath that I'd been holding. This was so nice. Why couldn't it be like this all the time? Frisky was being gentle, chaste, not overbearing like he usually was when flirting. Okay, I think that's enough. It's starting to feel too good. Smoky. It does feel good being with you. Maybe we can get over what happened. But what am I saying? First we have an election to win. Right, I'll prepare a speech announcing your victory in South Carolina. This game. Frisky, Chapter 10, in which we discover a villainous plot. I'm gonna eat some Doritos. Sorry if I'm crunching in your ears. Sorry if I crunch in your ears, friends. DJ Nibbles dropped out of the race due to poor polling numbers after the catnip fiasco. Frisky was the only cat left in the race with a reasonable chance of winning, unless one of the minor candidates magically started polling at more than 2%. Everyone in the office was a lot happier after that. Frisky pranced around, humming to himself. Lola whistled constantly. Even the other girls seemed excited, although I couldn't be sure since I rarely see them. Frisky and I were on better terms too. We both pretended we never had a fight and went back to being friends. I know ignoring your problems is a bad way to resolve them, but it was a lot better than fighting all the time. Yes, everything was going our way, so naturally that's when things went horribly wrong. Hello, is someone there? Just a minute, I'll open the door. Good, you are here. What can I... Wait, are you Champagne? Champagne, the gorgeous Persian cat? Sure to become the first Persian cat president? Yes, that's me, and you're Victoria. How do you know my name? Haha, didn't my owner ever tell ya? Tell me what? Oh, she didn't. My owner is your friend, Lizzie. Lizzie owns the fancy furball nominee for president? I like to think that I own Lizzie. Odd that she's never mentioned me before. She told me lots about you. Really? Like what? Oh, about you being on the Frisky campaign and all the things you've done here. You've made my job a lot easier. I should thank you. Bye, Holland. Thank you for being here. I'll text you in a bit. You're welcome? Now I know you're overwhelmed by my majestic fur, but could you be a dear and summon that idiot Frisky? Thank you. Frisky isn't an idiot. Maybe not, but he's made some pretty stupid moves over the course of his campaign. Cheating on Cleopatra? Her name is Cleopatra. Whatever, I don't care what her name is as long as she does what she's told. She's told? Who do you think paid her to write that big breakup song about Frisky? Me, of course. Didn't you think it was odd for an actress to dip into the music industry? But of course no one suspected a thing and I got away with slandering Frisky's campaign. But that's... You played right into my paws telling her about Frisky's misbehavior. I was surprised. My original plan to stop Frisky's campaign involved bribing a pair of exotic dancers, but you gave me a scandal which was ever sweeter. You've been taking advantage of Frisky's scandal? Thank you, Riddy. Duh, it's called politics. Now bring him here. Yes, I think he should hear this. Frisky, there's someone here to see you. When did my office get a buzz? Champagne? Hello, my little non-Persian, and therefore non-interesting competition. How does it feel to be the sharp claw candidate? They haven't picked me yet. That doesn't happen until the national convention. Oh, pshaw, everyone knows you're going to win. I wanted to see you before the general election starts. The way I see it, you owe me a favor for getting rid of your competition. What are you talking about? Who put the catnip on the stage at the last debate? Me. Who blew the whistle on Thunderpaw? Me. Who exposed Dr. Nom Noms and Rover? Me again. What? You ended all my competitors' campaigns? I tried to ruin all the Sharp Claw campaigns using my considerable media influence to do so. But you didn't drop out of the race like you were supposed to. Why not? You were slammed in the media and pulling it under 6%. I'm not the type of cat who gives up easily. You should have given up. In fact, there's still time to drop out. The nomination will go to Snail or one of the other minor candidates. Is that why you came here? To bully us into quitting? No, I just do it because it's fun. I actually came here to give you this. What is it? This is your schedule for the general election. You're gonna do everything that's on this calendar. You can't dictate my schedule. Let me see that. Looks like the schedule focuses on the Clakotas, Vermont, Alaska, and Wyoming. Hey, wait a second. Those are the least populated states. They have barely any votes in the Electoral College. You're asking me to throw my campaign away? Am I? You're gonna announce a new campaign strategy saying you want to focus exclusively on the forgotten states, the voters on the edges. But that's ridiculous. Even if all those states got together and vote in a block, any decision they make would be easily overruled by New York. Oh, really? Funny how that works out. Too bad there's no room in your schedule to visit New York. Looks like he also won't be visiting any of the battleground states. In fact, he's spending an inordinate amount of time in the states that are controlled by the fancy furballs. Well, sure. He's trying to win over voters in those states in hopes of becoming the 90% fancy furball majority. Good luck with that. Hee. This is ridiculous. You've cooked up a losing campaign strategy and you expect me to follow it? No way. Get out of my office right now. This isn't a request. This is an order. If you don't follow these instructions to the letter, I'm going to destroy your campaign. How? Seems to me you already tried to destroy the campaign with that Miss Cleopatra scandal, but we're still standing. That's why I've cooked up a new scandal. One with you, Victoria. Me? You leave her out of this. My scheduling manager has nothing to do with this. What do you think people will say when they learn Frisky got his scheduling manager pregnant? He'd be finished. His campaign would be over in a week. But that's not true. I'm not pregnant. I don't even think it's biologically possible for Frisky to get me pregnant. False accusations won't win this campaign, Champagne. You're forgetting that my owner is Victoria's best friend. Lizzie will make sure these accusations sound credible. And if not, well, I've already hacked her computer and email system. I can fake it. Oh, no, she didn't is right. You hacked her email? Lizzie and I have mostly been communicating through email since I started working on the Frisky campaign. Out-of-state phone calls are too expensive. It was really easy to hack Lizzie's computer. She uses her pet's name as her password for everything. And I have to say, she got some very interesting emails about Frisky's bad behavior. Want me to read one out loud? No, those emails are private. That was a bad noise. Which makes reading them all the more fun. Dear Lizzie, how are you? I'm fine. Not really. My boss is a total pervert. Didn't you know he only hires women to work at the office? That way he can ogle them all day long. I swear he's such a sicko. I'm going British all of a sudden. Stop, that's enough. Don't say anymore. You think I'm a pervert? That was from earlier, before I got to know the real you, Frisky. I think I've proven my point. So what'll it be, Frisky? Will you go along with my plan, or will you resist? I held my breath as Frisky thought about it. Finally, he opened his mouth. Based on your responses throughout this game, you unlocked. Okay. No, Champagne. I won't go along with your plan. Then I'll destroy your campaign. Is that what you want? You've already tried to destroy my campaign, but it didn't work. I'm not afraid of watching you try again. You'll regret this, you fool. No, you. You'll regret crossing me, you overblown fluffball. Champagne hissed and left the office, swearing revenge. Wow, that was really brave of you. It was nothing. I couldn't go along with her plan. Because it meant losing the election? No, because of you. I'm not going to let her hold you hostage, always threatening to hurt you. If that means I have to risk ruining my campaign, then so be it. You did it for me. Yes, you told me that true love isn't a secret something that should be hidden. It should be out in the open for everyone to see, and I love you, Victoria. But I thought you said you couldn't move past what happened with Miss Cleopatra. I have moved past it. What Champagne did just now, it put things into perspective. It made me realize I can't dwell on past hurts anymore, not when I can dwell on future loves. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm ready. I would like to start a relationship with you if that's okay, but enough about how I feel. How do you feel about it? I really like you, Frisky, but there's always going to be the question of whether or not I can trust you. I know you've tried to change for me, but a leopard doesn't change its spots. You'll always be a prowling tomcat. I agree, and I'm worried too. Worried I won't be able to control myself. Worried that I'll hurt you. So, there's only one thing I can do. I'll see the vet, and I'll make an appointment to have myself neutered. You would do that for me? I would do anything for you, and the truth is I should have gotten neutered a long time ago. I heard it increases life expectancy in male cats, and I need to live to the end of a 4-year term as president. Frisky, I agree this is probably the right thing to do, but I won't force you to do it if you don't want to. I want to. I want to be with you, Victoria. That matters more to me than the presidency. Oh, Frisky. I picked up Frisky and hugged him. I couldn't believe it. Frisky was willing to give up all other women just for my sake. I love you so much. Thanks for forgiving me about the Miss Cleopatra thing. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that we're together. Frisky was neutered later that week. The Sharpclaw National Convention heartily approved, and they nominated him as their candidate for the general election. Champagne stopped by the office one more time in order to threaten us again. Frisky had her thrown out immediately. After that, she launched into a full frontal smear campaign with everything from fake emails to scorned ex-girlfriends to my high school history grades. Frisky responded by showing how Champagne had conspired to have the other Sharpclaw candidates thrown out of the competition. The press had a field day with that bit of news, especially because, unlike most political snipes, it was 100% true. The campaign trail got really heated after that, with both candidates attacking each other constantly. The debate was especially bad. She is a power-hungry maniac. He is a sicko and a pervert. She will lie about anything if she thinks it'll help her campaign. He hates all Persian cats everywhere. He is a bigot. She is a cheat, a liar, and cannot be trusted under any circumstances. I will be the first Persian president. We don't need another tabby cat in the White House. All they do is oppress other cats. Look at him. He's oppressing people right now. I'm not doing anything. You see? We need to rise up and defeat this discrimination. Lizzie, could you do something about your cat? More than happy to. Okay, Champagne, I think that's enough. How would you like to go home and have some fish for dinner? I'm in the middle of a debate here. I need to warn the people about the dangers of thought crime. Wait, can we have tuna? As for our relationship, it only became stronger as time went on. Frisky leaned on me heavily to help him through the tough campaign, and I was more than happy to support him. I never had any reason to suspect him of seeing other women or secretly having an affair. After all, I made his schedule. I knew where he was every hour of every day, but even if I didn't make his schedule, I knew he'd never cheat on me. He loved me too much. You see, this is true love. What I had with Bill, that was a mistake. But what I have with Frisky is real. I know because he was willing to sacrifice himself for me, just like how I sacrificed myself for him. Love is mutual self-giving, not one-sided affection. I know it was true love because it grew. It didn't stay stagnant or reverse. We grew in love and affection for each other every single day. That's not to say there weren't problems or bad days, but we were able to overcome our problems because we knew our love was more important. Really, there's nothing else for me to say. Well, I take that back. There is one thing. When November finally came around, Frisky won the presidency. It was a very close match. He only got about 500,000 more votes than Champagne. Unfortunately, all those votes were in all the right places, so he won at the Electoral College. He joked that the Electoral College was the only college I could hope to get into. I didn't think it was funny, but who cares? We did it. We won the presidency. Frisky served as President of the United States for 4 glorious years. By the time he left office, the two of us were married, and we were looking forward to a happy future together. Just me and my talking cat president. What more could a girl want? Yeah! That was fun. Claps for the ending.
You come from outer space. Now we sprung out from the earth. We laid down face to face to witness our rebirth. And I'm not leaving while you're breathing. children dark their eyes.
Just dancing while the credits go.
We're tall, our heads are high, and I won't apologize. Oil and water, prince and pauper, not so far apart. The same old last, you're moving more. You're moving too fast, I know they're wrong. 'Cause we are like
You're welcome.
invisible out in the dark.
You're welcome.
And there's an endless
Letting the
road
song
on
play.
edge of the map, so let's pack our hats in a rucksack and go.
Yeah, as always, it's always a pleasure for you guys, for me to stream for you guys. I hope that you had a wonderful day. I hope this kind of made your Saturday a move along real nice. I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend, as always. I'll see you soon, I'm sure. I'm going to let this finish up real quick. All right.
Hey, everybody.
But you're always welcome here, Shannon. All right, exit. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you again very soon. I think some other people are streaming. Hang on, let me see who's streaming. I might do a raid real quick. One sec. Yeah, we're gonna raid. I don't have a raid command, but I'm gonna start a raid here, and then I'm gonna say bye to you guys. We're gonna raid E, and I'll see you over there in just a sec. Bye.